Hello, I'm Meghan Donnelly. Thank you for joining. Let's begin. Today's class is a 30-minute class for a tight back. Also a great class for any athlete or anyone feeling that they need some more flexibility. We'll need all the props today: blocks, blanket, yoga strap. We'll start on our stomach. Stretch both of your legs behind you as much as you can, lifting each kneecap off the floor deliberately and moving it towards its respective foot away from the hip. This will create more space in the low back. This should feel good if you do a lot of driving and you have back pain from sitting or driving. We'll come into a gentle Sphinx pose next. So propping yourself up on your forearms parallel, fingers are spread, elbows underneath the shoulders. Keep breathing as you pull and drag the heart center forward. This makes additional space in the low back. Breathe. Keep breathing. You should not feel any pinching in your back. This should feel productive, so only come up as high as you can. And then relax on your stomach. Stack your hands, rest your forehead on your hands, and breathe. This is reverse corpse pose here while we're on our belly. Doing nothing but breathing. Let's come up again into Sphinx pose, up on your forearms, and pull and drag that chest forward like your lower body is stuck to the mat and you're trying to unstick it by dragging yourself forward, making more space in the low back as you do this. And then relax. Rest on your belly again. Breathe. And now grab your blanket and fold it in a long rectangular shape. Bring it under the low ribs to support you for this Sphinx pose. The blanket's optional, but it creates a little more traction, as if your low ribs are being pulled away from the hips a bit more with the help of this prop. You can double it up to lift the ribs even more if that feels good for your back. Try to stretch both of your legs behind you even more. It's like you're pulling and dragging, creating traction in the back. Keep breathing, only coming up as far as you can comfortably breathe. Your breath will tell you if you've gone too far. And then flatten out or remove your blanket and rest on your belly again. All right, now grab your yoga block, bring it in between the knees, and come onto your side for side Sphinx. You can use your folded blanket like a rectangular pillow underneath your left rib cage. Prop yourself up on your left forearm, and you're using that traction again. Your left hip is hanging away from the blanket, away from the prop. So you're creating more space here in the left side body. You can also straighten the left arm. Press into your left hand instead, or stay on the left forearm. It's your choice. It's much deeper to straighten the arm, you might notice. Keep breathing. Having the block or pillow in between the knees helps to keep the low back more comfortable. This is a side body stretch. A lot of times the side body tightness is the culprit for back pain, so don't forget to stretch your side body. Keep breathing in this left side body stretch a little more. And then come down out of this side. Just turn over onto the other side. We'll do the same side sphinx on the second side. So block in between the knees and ribs on the lifted blanket, on that doubled up blanket. This creates some traction for your right hip to hang off away from the blanket. You should feel some pulling here in the right side of your body. It should feel good, like traction. Keep breathing. Remember, you can make this more challenging by bringing your right hand to the floor and straightening your right arm instead of doing the forearm version of side sphinx. Either way, you'll experience a very productive opening on the right side body. Just keep breathing without forcing. All right, we'll come out of that, set your blanket to one side and lie down on your back with your knees bent. Grab one of your blocks and place it underneath your sacrum. You can bring it to its lowest height and just bring it to the triangular shaped bone there at the bottom of your spine, your sacrum. So your hips should fit nicely, just the center of your hips. The hip flesh can be off the block, but the sacrum is resting on the block for supported bridge. Breathe with your knees bent and your feet hip-width distance, hands still resting on the floor. Again, we have a little bit of traction here, hopefully pulling the ribs away from the hips that are being supported by the block. So if this is painful in any way, you do not have to use the block under your hips. You could also use a pillow or not elevate at all. Some of you may be able to straighten one leg at a time. Try straightening just the left leg first and notice how that feels. It's a nice relaxation of the left hip flexor. And then bend the left knee, switch legs, and straighten the right leg now. Notice that nice stretching at the front of the right thigh. It's the opposite of sitting or using the gas and brake pedal on the right leg. If this is not working for your back, then you don't have to straighten the legs. You can stay in supported bridge. And then bend your right knee, both feet on the floor with knees bent again. And now, lifted waterfall, supported waterfall, both legs straighten up in the air. So it's like legs up the wall pose without a wall. And the hips are on the block and the ribs are hanging and pulling away from the block, creating some traction here. So we are inviting space in the low back. Now very carefully bring both of your feet down to the floor. Lift your hips up and carefully remove the block, hips down, press your thighs away from you. So hands on your quads, push your femur bones towards your feet. So you're pushing your thighs away from your face. Again, forcing a little more space in the low back as it adjusts. All right, now bring just your right knee in toward the chest and straighten the left leg. Make some circles with the right knee as you explore the back. Your left leg does not have to be straight. You can also do this with a bent left knee, but move your right knee in both directions and wake up that hip. Now grab your yoga strap, put it around the right foot, and straighten the right leg for a reclined hamstring stretch. So we're stretching the right hamstring, not forcing the right foot toward the face. Just focusing on the back of the right leg. You may find this to be more comfortable if you place a rolled blanket under your extended left leg under the knee, but that's optional. Keep breathing into the right hamstring. Use the yoga strap to pull the pinky toe side of your right foot toward the floor like you're going to make a footprint on the ceiling. This will facilitate a deep stretch down the calf as well. And then let's bend the right knee and invite that right ankle over toward the left hip for a reclined figure 4 stretch here. With or without the strap, you can cross that right ankle above the left thigh. Wrap the fingers around the left shin or behind the left hamstring. Either way, you can also use the strap to connect the hands if needed. So you're really feeling this in the right hip. This is a deep hip opener on the right side. Keep your right foot flexed to protect the knee. Keep breathing in this reclined hip opener. And then slowly release out of this side. Let's do the hamstring stretch on the second side. So the left leg is up in the air this time. Yoga strap around the left foot. Your right leg will be extended or slightly bent. Breathing into the left hamstring now. You might notice this side is tighter or maybe a little looser than the first side. No judgment, it's just good information to have to know which side of the body is tighter or which muscle groups are tighter in your particular body. Keep breathing deeply through the nose. Inhaling and exhaling. Moving into the hip opener now, bend the left knee. Hug that left calf and shin toward the chest and invite the right knee up to support that left ankle. Thread that left arm underneath the left calf and wrap the hands around the right shin or right hamstring. Pulling in this reclined figure 4 stretch. Keep breathing. Keep the left foot flexed to protect the left knee. Focus your attention on patiently opening the left hip. Carefully release out of that side. Bring both knees into the chest. Hug the knees in and make some circles with your knees to massage the low back. Go in both directions. Massage the sacrum and low back here. This should feel good. And then happy baby pose is next, grabbing the outsides of your feet or ankles, drawing the knees towards the underarms. You can also use the yoga strap to access your feet. That's optional. Lengthen through the sacrum, lengthen through your low back, feeling a very comfortable opening in the groins. This is a great release for the low back as well. It might feel good to rock side to side a little bit. And then release your feet down to the floor. Press your thighs away from you, pressing against your quads with your hands to force some space in the low back. You can do that anytime you notice your low back is kind of seizing up or tightening up. Pressing the femur bones away will help. Let's lie down on our backs now and come into banana pose. So you're making a big banana-shaped, C-shaped pose here. Hips move to the right side of your mat, but your feet and your hands and arms move to the left side of your mat, making a big curved shape here. And you can use your left hand to pull the right wrist to intensify this opening on the right side body. You can experiment with crossing your right ankle over the left ankle. If that doesn't feel as productive, you can just keep your feet next to each other. Both variations are nice. Keep breathing. Your right arm is stretching overhead. You're using the left hand to pull the right arm a bit more, pulling the wrist. Intensify the shoulder opening portion of this pose. Breathe deeply. And then slowly come out of this side, lie down on your back in a mini corpse pose in between sides, and simply notice the difference between your right side and your left side. All right, let's even it up. Move those hips over to the left side of your mat, and the feet and the arms will move to the right side of your mat for banana pose, second side. Breathe into the left side body this time. Both shoulders on the ground. Use your right hand to pull on the left wrist. Side bend. Keep breathing. Again, you can have the ankles next to each other or cross the left ankle over the right ankle. Either variation is nice. And then slowly come out of that. Lie down in corpse pose again. And notice the difference between the left and right side. Breathe. And now bend your knees again and roll over onto your belly. And prop yourself up on your forearms. Stretch both of your legs behind you for Sphinx pose. So tuck your left toe under, lift your left knee up, and wiggle the left knee towards the left foot away from the hip. Do the same thing on the right side. Tuck the right toe under, lift the right knee up, and stretch the right knee back away from the hip. This will create more space in your low back. And now bring your folded rectangular blanket underneath your ribs to create more traction as you gently draw the ribs away from the hips. And grab your yoga strap for a variation on supported half frog pose. So using the strap or just reaching directly toward your right foot with your right hand, you're incorporating a nice shoulder opener on the right side while supporting yourself, lifting up on that left forearm and elbow. Breathe into the right quadricep and the right hip flexor. Keep drawing and dragging the torso forward with the help of the left hand and forearm. This should not hurt your back in any way, so just modify this or do less, or just stay in the Sphinx pose. If any of these variations don't work for you today, it's all about making these poses work for you with a slight variation. All right, once again in lifted supported Sphinx, preparing for the half frog pose. Prop yourself up on your right forearm, bend the left knee, connect the left hand to the left foot via the strap or directly, and open up the left shoulder, bending the left elbow, bending the left knee as you draw the left foot toward the glute. No straining or pressure on the knee. Instead, we're pointing the left knee behind you. Try not to hyperextend the left arm. Keep some bend in the left elbow. Breathe. And carefully release. Rest on your stomach. And then we'll windshield wiper the feet side to side. So bend your knees, feet fall side to side. This should feel good on the back, like you're clearing the back. And then slowly straighten the legs, bring your hands to the floor, and carefully push your torso up to a kneeling position. Open up the blanket underneath the knees, and you're on all fours. Breathe into this all four position and notice how your back is feeling as we prepare for our first downward facing dog. Spread the fingers a lot. Hips up and back, thighs back. Your knees can be bent this first round, or all the time, of course, but eventually we'll straighten the legs a bit more as the hamstrings open. Keep breathing as you press the thighs back. Next, we'll prepare for supported pigeon pose. Move the blanket so it's underneath your left knee and bring one block underneath your right hip for support and one block under your forehead for support. So your right knee is in pigeon, bringing that right shin close to parallel with the front of your mat. The left leg is extending behind you. The knee is padded on the blanket. Trying to keep the hips squared using that block underneath the right hip. These props should make pigeon a bit easier and easier to hold for longer periods of time. So breathe into this intense hip opener. Notice how you might want to run away from the pose or get distracted in your thoughts. That's very normal. Just smile at yourself when you notice that happening. Exhale those distractions and bring your attention back to healing yourself with your yoga practice. And bring your torso out of pigeon and drag that right leg into three-legged dog and make some hip circles with that bent right knee while in three-legged dog. Straighten the right leg behind you and back to regular downward facing dog. Let's prepare for pigeon on the second side. You can move that blanket to the right side so it will support the right knee, and bring the left foot forward where your right hand was for pigeon on the left side. One of your blocks goes underneath the left hip to help keep the hip squared, and you can bring your other block underneath your forehead as you eventually fold over your left shin. Keep breathing in pigeon. Keep reaching that right leg back behind you, keeping the left foot flexed to protect the knee. Slowly use your hands to help lift your torso up, and you'll carefully drag that left leg back into three-legged down dog again. Make some circles with your bent left knee to explore that hip and the new spaces that you've discovered within the hip. Straighten the leg behind you and back to down dog. Hold down dog and breathe. Notice how your new set of hips feel after holding those pigeon poses. And now we'll come into a kneeling hero pose. If you've got any knee issues, make sure you're patting your knees and sitting on a couple of blocks, or you can just sit with your legs in front of you. And we'll come into a very gentle twist here, twisting to the right side. So right hand behind you for support, left hand to the outer right thigh, keeping your spine very long. And if you can, toes are pointed. Both arms reach up, and we'll do that same kneeling twist to the other side, twisting to the left. Left hand comes behind you to the floor or block, right hand to the outer left thigh for support. Breathe deeply. And slowly come out of that twist back to center. Let's sit down now so you can move your props out of the way. Extend your legs in front of you so that you can lie down completely on your back now. Now bend your knees with your feet hip width distance and your knees knocking in, maybe wider than hip width distance, and your knees knocking in towards one another. Rest your right hand on your low belly and your left hand on your heart. This should feel good on your low back with the knees closed in towards one another and the feet wider than the hips. We'll close class with this short relaxation pose. So just breathe and enjoy this quality time with yourself. And then very slowly begin to roll over onto your side. Just enjoy lying in the fetal position for a few breaths. And then use your hands to press yourself up into a comfortable seated position. Thank you so much for joining me. Namaste.